Today, I'm going to introduce an amazing habit that, if you do it just once a week, can bring miracles into your life. By practicing this habit, not only will your work efficiency skyrocket, but you'll also feel happier. It's no exaggeration to say this habit can revolutionize your life. And the effects have already been proven by history. In other words, this is truly a premium habit you won't want to miss. So, what is this incredible habit? Before we get into that, let's start with a little quiz. I'm going to list a few famous people, and I want you to think about what they all have in common. Albert Einstein, Sigmund Freud, Tim Allen, Harrison Ford, Bob Dylan, and Steven Spielberg. In the IT world, we have the father of computing, John von Neumann, Oracle's founder, and Intel's founder. In finance, there's George Soros. And in the fashion world, Ralph Lauren and Levi Strauss. What do all of these people have in common? They're all Jewish. Jewish people are known for having an overwhelmingly high number of exceptionally talented individuals. The average income of Jewish people living in America is about double that of the overall American average. And while they make up just 0.02% of the world's population, they've won 40% of the Nobel Prizes. Now, the life-changing habit I'm about to share with you is something that these Jewish people have been practicing for generations. Let's get into it. The secret to the success of Jewish people is something called Shabbat. Shabbat, also known as the Sabbath, is one of the most important commandments in Judaism. It's a day where, for one day each week, you do absolutely nothing, giving your mind and body a complete rest. After working for 6 days, you take one day to rest fully. That's Shabbat. We often get so caught up in our routines that we lose sight of the true value in things. Shabbat helps reset that. On Shabbat, you don't work. If you're a homemaker, no chores. You even stay away from your phone. It's all about practicing doing nothing completely. And after 6 years of work, you take an entire year off. On Shabbat, you forget about your usual busyness and let go of all your obligations. It's a time to sit quietly, reflect, and spend time with yourself. Some use this time to bond with family or friends over meals. Others read books they don't usually have time for, including works that contain the wisdom of the Jewish people. Shabbat is all about stepping away from the everyday hustle and thinking deeply about the essence of life. Shabbat stems from the day God rested after creating the world in 6 days, and it lasts from just before sunset on Friday until after sunset on Saturday. During this time, you're freed from everything you must do. In Israel, where about 75% of the population is Jewish, even government offices, banks, and public transportation shut down for Shabbat. There's even a famous saying, "The Jewish people did not keep Shabbat. Shabbat kept the Jewish people." Without Shabbat, some say, Jewish history might have come to an end. In short, Shabbat is such an essential practice that without it, the Jewish people's legacy might not have survived. That's how powerful this habit is. We repeat the same things every day, and before we realize it, we fall into the trap of a monotonous routine. It's as if we're locked in the rigid space of a fixed routine. We're constantly chased by tasks we must do, leaving no room for miracles to happen. But there's a way to break free from this, by doing nothing. Top warrior Kermadec says that to break through the rigid space of routine, we need fluctuation. This fluctuation is exactly what Shabbat is. What happens if you keep chasing tasks without taking time for Shabbat? Sometimes a forced shutdown occurs. That's illness. Illness is a sign that your body is unconsciously trying to create fluctuation and release you from the burden of what you must do. That's why many people reflect on their lives and improve them after experiencing illness. It's not just illness. Being fired from your job is also a forced shutdown. But nobody wants to get sick or lose their job, right? That's why it's important to intentionally take time for doing nothing once a week, or once every 2 weeks. Kermadec also says that hot springs are the Japanese version of Shabbat. You can't take your smartphone to a hot spring, and all you can do is soak in the water, and that's the beauty of it. You're freed from societal roles and the self-image you have to maintain. Hot springs allow you to return to your true essence as a human being. It's the best way to escape the trap of routine. The current sauna boom, I think it's because our souls are yearning for Shabbat. Doing nothing is the best way to connect with something. This reminds me of Winnie the Pooh's words. What are you doing, Pooh? I'm doing nothing. Pooh, without any magic powers, is more popular than even Mickey Mouse. He's simply enjoying doing nothing. That's his secret to popularity. Psychologist Hayato Kawai also said, people today think they must always be doing something. So, create a day each week where you let go of everything you must do. Have a day of nothing. This is one of the secrets behind the extraordinary success of Jewish people. The Japanese word for busy is written with characters meaning losing heart. That's why you need to gift yourself a golden holiday. It could start with something as simple as slowly enjoying a cup of coffee. Even 3 hours a week just for yourself can make a difference. You work hard, so maybe try to visit a hot spring once a month if you can. The key to making this happen is to schedule your do nothing day first on your calendar. We all need a little more poo in our lives. So enjoy doing nothing a bit more. Now, once again, an encore you didn't ask for. What are you doing, Pooh? I'm doing nothing. You see, there's no need to feel guilty about resting. It's okay to enjoy doing nothing. It's important to have moments where you just space out, because within those moments, there's happiness. So, take the time to create a space that feels right for you. That's how you create room for miracles.